All right. So before you get into the weeds of writing out all the outcomes for every single day, week, month, year, quarter, everything, we first need to have North Stars. North Stars can simply be thought of as directions that you want yourself, your business, your life to go. Nothing more than that. There's no deadline, there's no specificity. It's just a general future that you want to head towards. And this is important because all of your outcomes are going to be derived from this. So let's go ahead and set our North Stars together. North stars are important because everything else we do from this point on is going to be derived from those directions that we want to be heading towards. No matter what, the outcomes may change, the tactics, the process, all these things may change, but the direction pretty much will stay the same unless a huge life event were to change those things. So North Stars, again, are directions. They're not quantifiable. They are general ideas, and they represent who you want to be, what you want to become, what type of person you want to be. They're a lot of these qualitative traits or ideas, not necessarily specific things you want to happen or to do or to achieve. Think of them kind of as your ideal future self. So here's some examples here that kind of give the idea of what these things actually are, right? Getting jacked, being a good father, making 100K a month. All of these are general ideas, directions. They're not specific, and there's no really thought given to how you're going to get there. You just know you want to get there, or at least you think you want to get there. You'll see that as you start going through this process, it's going to help you determine what you actually want. And a lot of these things are going to change as you go through the process, and we can talk about that a little later. So everything you want or need or desire can generally be summed up into health, wealth, and relationships. So what I like to do when I'm building out my North Stars is to at least have one North Star in each of those categories. Something related to health, your physicality, your mental health, your spiritual health, any of those, your relationships, friends, family, etc., and your wealth, where you want your business to go, what you want to use that money for, etc. Try to have at least one North Star for each of those categories. And also try to have as few as possible. Try to list out the ones that are truly meaningful to you. You can always add later, but better to add on later than to have to constantly be taking things out. Because as you'll see, once we start putting in these North Stars, we have to build out outcomes for each. So it can get very time intensive if you really put yourself through this process like you're supposed to. So keep the list relatively small at first, and you can add on later. So if you jump over into the worksheet here, you can see that there's an example. The only thing, once you initially copy this worksheet, it may look a little different depending on when you're watching this video. But the idea is you want to list out your North Stars, A, B, C, D, as many as you can. This here is to help you with new lines in spreadsheets. Alt and Enter is how you create a new line. But since this is already here for you as an example, you can simply double click, erase these, and start writing in as many North Stars as you can. So here I list an example: to be healthy and able to physically do whatever I want. I'm sure that would be a lot of people's ideal future, to be physically fit and able to do whatever you want physically. I know it is for me. So I put this here as an example just to give you an idea of what a good North Star looks like. There's a couple other examples here. Go ahead and take some time, fill out as few or as many as you want, list them out using letters A, B, C, etc. And we'll reference these later in the next module when we're creating our outcomes.